Hey friends, how's it going today? It's your old pal SVH here. Just want to take a minute to say hello, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and jump into today's Daily Nugget for January 14th. Man, we're already halfway through January. It's crazy. Today's Daily Nugget comes to us from the Alchemical Wisdom. These are the sayings of Pir Vilayat Inayat Khan. I love the little subtitle here, a source for intensive inner work. So we're going to do some intensive inner work through some of these little phrases and sayings. So today's Daily Nugget is from Pir Vilayat. Have your strength in your heart, not in your head. Have your strength in your heart, not in your head. Don't really need to put a whole lot of commentary behind that now, do we? But this is really important. We as beings, we spend a lot of time in our head. We have a lot of time in the mental realm, and what we create in the mind world sticks with us. It's like the mind world is like a dome, and everything that is put into it goes out and is resonated in that dome, and it stays there in that dome. So it's really important to have strength in your heart and not in your head. You can have a strong head, and you can be strong-headed. That's, not a bad quality. But strength of heart is really where it's at. And how do you strengthen the heart? You strengthen the heart by using it, right? And how do you use the heart? You use it by developing the qualities of the heart. The heart is compassionate. It's loving. It's forgiving. It sees beauty. It sees reality for what it is when it's open. In my particular spiritual path, we work a lot with looking at the heart as a mirror, and the mirror needs daily polish. So when you do meditative practices, or you do particular breath practices, or we might do a zikr, or a recitation that sweeps that chamber of the heart, that cleans the heart and really moves away all that debris and all that stuff that just kind of clouds that reflection. So it's a daily polishing, it's a daily wiping of this mirror. And when you clear that mirror, then you see what's truly reflected in it, right? And if it's fogged over, or if you ever had a mirror that's all, you go in an attic and there's an old mirror in there and it's all covered in dust, you're not clearly seeing your picture, you're not clearly seeing your image, it's distorted, right? And then you can get into the head and you can start thinking about this, or it's distorted because of this, or things like that. But working on that polishing and wiping away that dirt and that debris and those things that cloud over that real image is really kind of the idea behind the mirror of the heart. So by, again, proper breathing, focusing on the breath. And when we say proper breathing and breathing, it's not like you have to walk around all day and have perfect abdominal breathing and do different, succession of breathing. You don't have to do that, but just being aware of the breath. When you take a breath in and you take a breath out, just realizing that that's a renewal in itself, that every new breath is a new opportunity. And when you do that, it has an effect on your body. It has effect on your being. So in that, that reflection of that now becomes clear, and what you see becomes clearly reflected. And when something else steps in front of that mirror, it's a clear reflection of that as well. So you can see things as they are, and not with this clouded mindset. So that's one way of looking at this. Have your strength in your heart, not in your head. When you're strong-headed, what usually happens then? Strong-headedness a lot of times turns into ego, control, holier than thou, some of these kinds of things, because you get locked in your head and you get locked in this mindset. It also can take you down a lower path. It can also take you to where it drags you down. You have feelings of less self-worth, or you're less important, or my life is this or that. And it's important not to even think those things. Now, we know it's important not to say these things. You should never say something negative about yourself. You should never put a negative word out there about your being, even, putting yourself down, things like that. You just don't want to create that. You don't want to put that out into the dome and have it reverberate back. You want to put out good thoughts, and you want to put out good, positive, mentality about who you are, or words. So then, again, turning that into the thoughts, you don't want to think bad thoughts either, because those are creating those in the mind world. So you have this mind realm that stores and holds all these impressions, you don't want to cloud that and fill that with negativity either. You want to fill it with positive thoughts and things like that, which really come up from the heart. And so when you do these meditations and these things where you really work from the heart and you rise up through, from your heart through to your throat, you can open the expression, you can open up the voice, you can open up a whole new divine essence of speech just by opening the heart and letting that rise up through that throat area. Then when you get farther up to your third eye, you have the same experience where now you have this opening of the third eye because you've opened the heart, and you have the same with the crown. And when you really work with the energy rising up from the heart, you feel this expanse of all this, and you feel it all open up. So I think it's just a really great simple message for today. I've probably made it more complex than it needs to be, but have your strength in your heart, not in your head. That's today's Daily Nugget, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button below. Make sure you hit the notification bell. If you're watching this on another channel, be sure to go over to YouTube/the SVH and go ahead and like and subscribe over there. Stay on my channel so you can catch all the good stuff that we share over here. And I sure do appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. Blessings.